and it gets interesting each and every day with the help of all the participants. I don't know, maybe something that I have to look forward to ride the challenges and the difficult obstacles as well. So this is my obstacles, my difficult challenge, and so I guess I can't say different of others, but however, I can say thank you so much for waiting. Your time is valuable, so I'm gonna get right into it. I wrote Priceless in coordination with people who are struggling with any form of addiction that they want help or they want to fight. Not help, but if they want the support. It's like the support. That's it. Not changing anything. It's like a message, and if you so feel confident that you can challenge the message to a brighter outlook on yourself and life, it's basically up to you. To the valleys and the terrains of the mountains, to the winding turn and curves and the monstrous hills of the Great Smoky Mountain, and to the towns and the small surrounding city of this historic land, where many history of the place and its people. It's also a place that many call home. People at corners of the world have somehow found a home here. We're here to serve each other. Not all of us can be policemen. Not all of us can be firemen. Not all of us can be chefs. We're here to serve each other. We're here to... Some is just the material, have the access to the raw material, and then we switch it over to your hands and you make better of this material. And some people is just able to come up with the idea, and once they come up with the idea, they transform that. For instance, Dow Jones, Edward, who created the Dow Jones, it was two of them, and that's been in 1800s, and that was an idea that's still lost and still occupied and is a part of the world economy, and it's a part of what provide food and care. And those guys who were responsible for creating the Dow Jones, that was incredible, an incredible idea. And I myself would honor and respect iconic human like that created and came up with ideas that last forever. Bob Marley is one of them great guys that talk motivational speak to us. Motivational speaking to us. It's different, and it's through the world, and it still lives on till this day. So what impact can I say, or how can I impact you in your today's fight and journey? And whichever part of it that you can take something from to help you in whichever way you need help. So, to the valleys and the terrains of the mountains, to the winding turn and curves and the monstrous hills of the Great Smoky Mountain, into the towns and the small surrounding city of this historic land, where many history of the place and its people. It's also a place that many call home. People at corners of the world have somehow found a home here, and the Smokies, which transform each and every one to be a part of the core of a county, a town, a city, a state, and a country. Hey, how remarkable is this story? A multi-race and gender is a part of our daily success. It's a diverse sculpture in this place of beauty, character, and love. Welcome to the time of the day where we can enjoy the free gift of life. I have discovered happiness is there in everything and in everyone. I told someone out there I was going to do a good one for you today, and this is just a history of the culture that's coming from the Africa, which I somehow got learned as a child. So the way they celebrate the the birth of children, it was different, and the death at the same time was different. They would have a 9 night, and because this is for Africans that's here, that's not so much inclined with some of the tradition from there. But before I even go any further into that, I want you to keep in mind you're priceless. You're priceless. And if today is the first, if today is the second day, if today is the third day, I'm still here with you. I am still. So if you started this journey, I'm still here. And we are still here. And I know you probably feel like you're going through the worst time possible. And well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm right here with you. And if it's, you feel like you already dug inside your guts and finding what, and you can't find anything else, you can dig in your gut some more. There's more things there. It's just you. You're trying to pull you. I think too, when you look on the reverse psychology of this situation, the strength that you had to use to get there is the strength that you have to use to get here. Again, if the strength that you use to get there, it's a strength that you have to use to get back here. And I'm not saying it's easy. No. And so I want to tell you these words. It's not easy. No. It's not. But you can do it. And it's if you want to see the best of you, if you really want to see the best of you, or the rest of you got to hang in there. You've got to do it. You have to do it. There's no other way than just doing it. There's absolutely no. Listen. There's people that walk 10 miles to school every day. There's businessmen that lost millions every day. There's car marts that lose millions every day. There's banks that lose millions every day. There's poor people who lose their house every day. They're in the middle class, they lose their kids' tuition and their kids' home and their whole family each and every day. But they also go through this. There's authors who lose their books every day, right? And somehow it just, but it's imperative that you give up. They also have the hardest time as we have too. The poor, the same hard time. The rich, the same hard time. The wealthy, the same hard time. The middle class, the same hard time. Yeah, because the rich, oh my God, it's even harder for them because the rich has to maintain a pace. Like when you're poor, you can't just say, man, I'm going to call it a day. Today, the day is over. Yeah. But when you're rich, no. When you're rich, there's no over. No. Because to maintain that status, to maintain that personal growth, to maintain, the hardest part in that situation is to maintain. And like I go back again, maintenance is everything. Sometimes you get the idea, you establish the idea, and the end product is there. But in between those, it's maintenance. Like I said, the 2 E's, you have enter and establish. You have the 2 E's again, or the 3 E's, enter, establish, and exit. So, establish. Enter and establish. And this is a business setup, and this is a business idea. When you establish the idea of whatever businesses that you try to start. You establish the idea of whatever business that you want to establish, the idea of whatever book you want to write. You may not know how to write the book. No, you may not even know how to write the book, but that's not what matters. See, once you start writing the book, that's how I see it. Then all you have to do is just the outlines will come. There's certain way we can break it down, but it's imperative. It's imperative that you give up. It's imperative that you stop. It's imperative. No, cannot. Like I said, the rich, It's hard. It's hard for the rich. Of course it is. Oh my God. To maintain that position. Oh man. That status. Oh. Oh. The wealth. Oh. That's even harder because that's built over generation. And so each and every category, each and every people, and every source, it's maintenance, and we have to get over this bump. You have to keep going. And so if it's today's day 5 for you in your struggle, we're still here. I know at times you feel like it's not going to work. I know it's at times you feel like, oh man, what's going on here? But you can do it. You can do it. And if it's just one person that find the will, if just one, then that's good. If just one find the will, because the next you will wait you somewhere else, and that's just the only message I've got to say to you. The next you is probably in New York somewhere, across Europe. The next you is probably somewhere in South Asia somewhere, teaching something of that sort. Yes, yes, the next you is at college. The next you is at college. In 2 years' time, you're a nurse. 2 years' time, you're a nurse. The next you is at college, and the people that's there waiting to change your life. And this is just my words to you right here, is that they're waiting there for you. And you cannot see this, but you can hear me, and so it will change your life. I promise you. If you think you've seen the best of you, wait till you see the rest of you. It's fire. I know I cannot use fire in a motivational speech, but anyway, that's just my way of expressing myself at times. But it's incredible what's there waiting. It's the best of you. It's there. It's right there. I know, like, sometimes here we're spoiled rotten, and then when millions come here too and get spoiled rotten. Of course, no doubt, millions come and get spoiled and want to not have to put in the extra work. And at times I have to say to myself, no, I am not that person. I am definitely not going to want to be. And if days I found myself in that situation, I tried to formulate a matter of getting myself out of that mind frame and that mindset. Yes, and if my mind frame and my mindset does not pull me out of that way of thinking, then I look at someone else across the world and said, okay, they came here as the brave one also, and they're maintaining course. I need to straighten up. I need to perform. I need to gear up. So, is it easy? No, it's not. But at sometimes we get a check in life, and we get the reset, and we get the stigma. But I'm trying to work on the stigma so we see it as reset, because with the stigma comes with it. You dilute it out. I want to give you something that you can fight for, something that you can really hang on to. And reset, I think, is a good word. So it's not the traditional stigma that comes with it, and you feel like all has failed for you because of a reset moment. No, in conjunction to that, when a time comes and you feel like, man, this is the worst time for me, I want you to remember this. Banks lost millions. The wealthy has lost millions. And that's a stigma they have to deal with their family. It's just not something that we, the poor class, even think on. It's just something that we don't try to think on. It's something that we don't really think on because our mind is too busy at the time. Please don't do that. Our mind is too busy at the time working on love, numbness, the numbness of our love, the numbness of our self, the numbness of the spiritual connection. The poor classes fighting that numbness of poverty situation, numbness of love, numbness of spirituality, numbness of togetherness. But yes, there's a stigma but we don't see that stigma from that the rich would have when they lose $5-10 billion, and it's just something that they deal with in the best way they know how to. And also for the middle class, when they lose $2-3-4 million in the middle class that's trying to get to wealth, that's also incredible hard for them also. But in the poor, when we lose a house, when you're trying to get up onto the middle class,